Hi everyone, welcome to the 5-day self-love challenge. We're super excited to have you here and we're so excited that we're finally starting, kicking off, yay! So, my name is Alexis.
My name is Yvette, and again, I'd love to say thank you so much for joining us. So many of you, this is amazing. So, like Lexi said, we're excited to have you here, and the actual reason that we created this 5 Steps to Self-Love challenge is really because at the end of the day, self-love is as broad as it is long, but there's so many people that don't really understand what self-love really means. So we've decided to put together this challenge so that we can explore how self-love is showing up, where it's not showing up, and for example, where we need to really sort of do a little bit of self-love to ourselves.
Yes, absolutely. And where this idea came from was, I remember the first day that I met my beautiful friend Yvette. I saw this amazing, dynamic, powerful, fashionista woman. And after getting to know her, I realized that she didn't see what I saw and what everybody else saw, right? And how many times have you seen that in someone that you know and you love? You see a friend or a family member and you're like, you know what? Stop criticizing yourself because I wish you could see what I saw in you.
It was a very similar situation, which is when I met you, Lexi was going through something, and it was clear that if she understood where she wasn't showing up for herself in terms of self-love, what was going on wouldn't have happened. And at that point, Lexi and I decided, you know what, how many times does this happen where you're actually with somebody and if only they could see what you saw? So, yeah, that's what we decided, self-love.
Absolutely. So we want to do this for all of you out there and for as many women as possible. So invite all your friends and family who you know and think need a little bit more self-love in their lives and who you want them to see what you see in them.
Absolutely. Mustn't forget, it's got to be women though.
Yes.
Okay, so over the 5 steps that we'd like to take you through over the next 5 days are gradual. There's not 5 things that constitute self-love. We do want you to know that, but we've chosen 5 key areas that we'd really love to explore with you. And today's topic, the day 1 topic, is around self-worth. I'm going to hand over to you.
Yes. So self-worth is all about valuing yourself and knowing and really setting clear boundaries for what you will and will not accept in your life. So I'm going to be super vulnerable and tell you a story where I learnt about this. So 2019, I went through a divine shitstorm and I was going through a breakup of a long-term relationship. And my cousin sent me this book, and if you're watching, I love you so much. And it was all about self-love, and the what she told me to listen to was self-worth and how much and what you will and will not tolerate. So I realized that I'd been tolerating being really unhappy and treated not the way that I wanted to be treated in a relationship, and as well as with other people in my life. So even though I had high self-esteem and I was fairly confident, I realized that I didn't value myself, and that was showing up because I didn't set clear boundaries about what I will and will not accept, and that came into place with people lying to me, people, and I really value honesty, right? So not embracing that in my life, and people treating me how I didn't want to be treated, so being criticized and being put down. And it's because I wasn't clear about what I will and will not accept. So I'm in a really good space now because I've said goodbye and I've let go to all of that. And now my new boundaries on what I will accept is I will accept people who are supportive and loving, like beautiful Yvette here, who uplift me, and vice versa, right? I will not accept toxic people because I'm also an empath and I don't want negative, like, energy draining people around me, and I will not accept people who put me down.
Fabulous. Well done. Okay, so vulnerable story from myself where we're talking about self-worth. It was a very similar situation where I would say that, again, because I'm seen as this powerful person, it never occurred to them or to me where I was letting myself down when it came to self-worth. So and it was quite recent, it was a situation that in one day, 4 things happened to me that made me question. So question what was happening and why. So I'll give you, I won't go into all of the 4 things, but I'll give you one situation. Well, a friend of mine had arranged to go out. We arranged to go somewhere, and I couldn't make the evening, and she couldn't make the day. I compromised and said, you know what, I'll do the evening. And it turns out that I'm ready, I'm outside, I'm waiting. It was actually to go for a run. And I was stood there, and it was in the cold. But I was stood there, it was in the cold, I waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I waited 15 minutes, and then I thought, damn, you know, do you know what? I'm just going to go running. And then a bit further on, in the course of that same evening, something else happened where I was with another friend, and I just wasn't being listened to, and it was clear. I mean, you know when you're dozing off and you're speaking to, when somebody's dozing off and you're speaking to them, I think that kind of says either you're really damn boring or I'm tired. But it's acceptable if it's once, but actually we just become used to it as being that's what this person does, when actually it's not funny and it's totally unacceptable. But I think it was just in this one day when it was all being reflected back to me where